Hey, hey. What's up? What's up, Sweet Misery, Allie B, MJ, Sly, Sweet, who else? Ellie. Alright, so we got Sweet Misery, Ellie, Rock Jam, Sly, Kelsey, MJ, Allie B. What's up? What's up? Of course, the dog has to come over as soon as I start talking. So I know I haven't been on camera for a while, so I'm on camera. What's up? So we made it through the day. I don't know how. Ugh. Yeah, it's me in the flesh. Hey, Rach. Hold on. Hey, Debbie. Ugh. Oh, stop. I'm so mean. Get down. Get down. Get down. Oh, my God. We see who's boss around here. That's it. Out. 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 Come on. Out. All right. Say hi, Fluffy. Say hi, Fluffy. What? Say hi, Fluffer. All right. So as you guys know, you would think this little 4-pound thing is what you heard. This little tiny thing is what you heard. So as you guys know, 3 years ago today, Dayton lost his father. And every April 8th, I'm always a little weird because I always have a lot of mixed feelings about his death. But the hardest thing I ever had to do was tell Dayton that his father died. And that to me is worse than the death itself. And it's something that every single April 8th, I can't seem to get past that moment where I had to wake Dayton up at 14 years old and tell him that his father was dead. It's a feeling that no mother should ever have to tell their child. And every year I just get freaked out over it. And he's fine. I mean, I asked him earlier, how's he doing? He's like, I'm fine. I said, okay, good. And I replay that moment over and over and over, which reminds me, I never called his mom today, but I replay that over and over and over, and it never seems to get easier. Like, I don't remind him of it, but in my own head, and I just think that's being a mom, like, it's just so emotional, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's just something that every year it doesn't get easier. And you would. Whoop. All right. Now we're good. Can you guys read lips? It's just, I don't know. It's just something that I'll just never get over. I'll never be able to get over it, ever. And not I'll never get over his death. I'll never get over having to tell my son what happened. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's been on my mind all day. And I'm not sure I will ever I'm just not sure I'll ever forget that moment, you know? And I think about it often. And like I said, Dayton's fine. He's not home now, but like Dayton's fine. But just that moment, I just replay it a lot. And I shouldn't, but I do. So that's kind of where my head's at today. And I don't know. It is what it is. I need to move on though. I'll tell you that much. I definitely do. And I just do. And he needs to move on and just shut the door, you know? So that's it. I will always remember that moment. I don't want to always remember that moment. It was such a hard moment, you know? It was a moment that just froze in time. And like I said, it's something that no mother should ever have to do, ever have to tell their child at 14 years old, you know? And it's hard. So, on a happier note, thank you, Bad Wolf. I had my natural hair one on and I was wearing it all day. I'm like, I just want to get it off. Then I remembered I had this one that I never wear because it's like so fucking bright. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wear that one tonight. So here we are. Sounds like Dayton has moved on. You are still grieving. No, it's not that I'm grieving. Thank you, Tuesday. It's not that I'm grieving. Like, I don't grieve over Brad. Like, Brad was an asshole. I've said this before. Did I love him? Yes, but he was a fucking asshole. And I was laughing about that today. Because I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, he was still an asshole. He was an abusive, narcissistic, psychopathic asshole. And the best thing he could have done was what he did. I honestly, I don't know where Dayton would be if Brad was still alive. He definitely wouldn't be into religion. He definitely wouldn't have his head on straight. So, in my mind, Brad did it to help him. I know that sounds crazy and it sounds wacky, but I really do believe that. I believe that Dayton would definitely not be who Dayton is today if his father was still alive. So technically, the best thing that could have happened was Dayton. However, so I'm not grieving over him. I think I grieve over the fact that my son doesn't have a father, you know, even though it's better. I don't know. I go through so many fucking emotions. You have no idea. But as far as Brad being an asshole, yeah, that's undisputable. But that's the thing, though. I wanted him to have good parents. Like, I fucked up with the men that I chose to have children with. I definitely fucked up there. But, I mean, they're good kids. I can't complain because they all turned out good. But, I don't know. It's just one of those things. But that's just where my head's at today. On a happier note, I have some good news and some bad news. So the good news is, for now, my prices are going to stay down. But it seems a lot of manufacturers have to raise their price by a lot. So thank you, Trump, because you're going to kill most small businesses with this fucking tariff war. And if you're not familiar, just wait, because we get everything from China. And China's like, we ain't fucking playing with you, Trump. You want to fuck with us? We're going to fuck with you right back. Prices are going to fucking skyrocket. Skyrocket. And sadly, I don't think they're going to come back down. Now, I have plenty of stock of a lot of things, so my prices are going to stay down for a while till I run out. But I don't know what's going to happen because I know my vessel manufacturer is directly from China, but I think they go to China and get it, so I don't know if they'll impose a tax. So far, they haven't, but I know a lot of the other manufacturers have. So just be prepared, the whole world, if this tariff thing doesn't be removed and they're seriously going to raise us by 34%, I don't even know how anybody's going to afford anything. I really don't. The only people that are going to be able to afford anything are the super fucking rich. That's it. The rest of us are fucked. Totally fucked. So, but I do want to show you guys. I told you guys I was making $15 candles. These are the 50. Oh man, you can't see it. These are the $15 candles. They're 8 ounces. Here's another one. Oh. They're not on the website yet because I got to finish making them. I have a bunch of craft shows coming up, so I'm making them for both. But they smell amazing. And yeah, these are going to be on the website for $15. And the reason I'm able to go that low is because I got these at a really good price. Like, really good price. So that's why I'm able to lower them so much. So 8-ounce candles, $15. But once those are gone, the price would be like 3 times of what I paid for these. So actually, it's about 3 times. So once these are gone, I have about, I think 120 of them. So once those are gone, they're gone, and it has to go back up to regular price. But we're going to be 15 until we have to get there. Because I know for me, I can't afford fucking things to go up the way they're about to go up. I just can't. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sure most of you guys feel the exact same way. Like, I just don't know. Like, eggs are fucking ridiculous. And there's no way they should still be that high. Hey, East Coast. So I just can't with all of it. Like, shit's got to change. Like, I don't know what the fuck they expect us to do. It's crazy. I don't think they're gonna fold East Coast. We need them. I'm not East Coast, Bad Wolf. We need them more than they need us. And I think Trump may have forgotten that. Like, we seriously get almost everything from China. Like, literally almost everything. So they put this tax on, poof, things are gonna fucking skyrocket. Trump thinks he's like so cool and he's playing a game. This is not a fucking game. They're like, fuck you, dicks. You want to play? We'll play back. And we're going to play fucking harder and it's going to hurt. So I don't know what he's doing, but whatever. We're going to get fucked. Trust me. Trust and believe. So, again, these are going to go on the website as soon as I make more. Right now I have like 20, I think I have 25 of them. Tomorrow I'm spending the whole day working on them, getting them all done. Because I need to make like 75 of them for a show. And so yeah, so that's that. So, moving on. All right. Let me start with, and I hate to even bring this up, but I don't have a choice because it kind of goes with my live tonight. And I'm not going to spend all night talking about this particular subject because she's not worth it. But I need to get off my chest. So today I'm getting ready and I happen to be listening to QB. And I hear her talking about, I assumed it was Britney or comments that were made. And I had left a comment. I don't know whose video it was, like War Eagle maybe, or Shady. I don't know. It was somebody's fucking live. Thank you, Sunflower. It was somebody's live. I had somebody's video. And I think they were talking about Barbecue Lady. I think. And I had left a comment under the video. And it was a couple of days ago. So I didn't realize what she was reading until her 7-minute fucking rant. And I stand by what I said, by the way. So I had made a comment about Barbecue Lady. And the whole topic of what QB was talking about had nothing to do with me at all. Like, I'm not even 100% sure what her topic was. Hang on. Go. Go. Yeah. No, I said go. Oh. Let me just tell you, Karma took my blonde wig and fucking destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it. She thinks it's like an animal or something. So she was talking about something, and all of a sudden she's like, and this person, this person we don't fuck with because this person called CPS. And it didn't even hit me who she was talking about because I didn't realize I was in the comments. So, because she never said what video it was. So she's like, and yeah, this person that I'm about to read, she called CPS on someone when the kid was like 7. He's like 15 now. Well, he's not that old, but okay. So she made a point to say it was fucking years ago. So then she said, she went on to say how, and she did this because she was mad at the person because of stuff on YouTube. Not quite, but why are you even bringing this up? My comment wasn't even at Queen Bee. That's the funniest part. It had nothing to do with Queen Bee. But Queen Bee took it personal, as most narcs do, and started going on about the CPS call. Queen Bee, do you see me bring up all the shit you've done in the past? No. Do you see me go on 7-minute fucking rants about you and your past and the shit you did with Aileen and all the dirty shit you've done? No, you don't. So I'd like to know why you can't just read a comment without a fucking 10-minute backstory when the comment had nothing to do with CPS. And the reason why this fucking irks me so much is because Jay, they believe called CPS on people. Thank you, Blonde Gypsy. They believe that, we know that Jay was involved with Oni, what's it called? Not scamming people, swatting people. We know that, and I'm pretty sure she'll admit to it. I mean, she admitted to it once. We know Granny has done some shady ass shit behind the scenes. I don't know if she's admitted to it, but people behind the scenes with her have proof that she admitted at least behind the scenes. So the people that you run with have all done shady ass shit. The difference is I fucking openly admitted it on a live. Unlike others who deny, including yourself who denies. I don't deny, okay? If I did something and I get busted, I'll admit to it, all right? Was I going to say something prior? No. Would I admit to it when needed? Yeah. Which is more than most of these bitches have ever done. because a lot of them have been caught fucking red-handed and still don't admit it. Hence, Granny's cancer. But we won't go there. By the way, off topic for a minute. Who watches Bombshell? Bombshell made a post that somebody said they have cancer, breast cancer, but she didn't say who it was. So I'm just curious if anyone knows who she's talking about. So I'm going to get to that, East Coast. So as she's going on this rant about me, she had said, oh, she's just trying to use me for clout. Okay, let's deflate the ego, Queen Bee. Okay, I stand alone. I don't need to use anybody for clout. If I was going to use you for clout, I would become your friend again. I would do whatever I could, like these other people, to be your friend, which I don't choose to do. I don't need you for clout. I don't want you for clout. That just tells me you don't know me at all, because I would rather fucking go work at a regular job than kiss anybody's motherfucking ass. And I know you don't know that about me because you don't know me so well, but trust and believe, girl, I'm not sinner. I don't need to use anybody for clout. But you know what I am allowed? I am allowed a fucking opinion. For some reason, this community doesn't think that I am entitled to an opinion. They want to spin it and say, oh, she's just using that one, or she's just talking about this one. No, let me explain it just so everyone understands. Whether the new Krama community, whatever, likes me, doesn't like me, I don't give a fuck. Point being that my subscribers have been around a long time. And my subscribers are subscribers to the community. And they follow lots of people. Not just me. They follow lots of people. So I give an opinion that I'm entitled to give. And my subscribers that have been with me for a long time want to hear my opinion on stuff. Some think I am more intelligent than most. Some think some haters just like watching. So whatever the reason is, just like B. Tim, Queen Bee, MM, Burgundy Blue, The Truth, doesn't matter who the fuck you are. You're all allowed an opinion. Molly, Betty, everybody's allowed a fucking opinion. Nobody is wrong for giving their opinion. So if you don't like me, that's fine. Don't give your opinion on me then if you're sitting there telling me that I can't have an opinion. Fuck all the way off. All right? Because I will give my opinion whether this community fucking likes it or not. And if you have a problem with it, don't fucking talk about me then. So, yeah, I'm entitled, whether you like it or not. I'm still going to give it. Even if you don't like it, I'm still going to give my opinion. Why? Because I can. So, what I had said on, thank you, East Coast. Hey, Vanessa. What I had said on this live, this comment section, was Barbecue Lady gives QB thousands. Maybe she should be charged with fraud if she's doing a GoFundMe. So Queen Bee read it out loud. Now we all know that Barbecue Lady is one of QB's biggest supporters right now. So I totally get her preserving that. And I totally get her sticking up for Barbecue Lady because Barbecue Lady is probably QB's biggest supporter right now, financially. So I get it. But my comment, I stand by that 100%. So QB turned around and said she didn't have whatever. She had a GoFundMe, and the GoFundMe only raised like $530. So QB, I want you to listen to this. if I plan to unalive Rock Gem, okay? And I don't succeed. Do I not go to jail for attempted murder? Of course I do. Just because you don't succeed at something doesn't mean it's not fucked up. Hey, Kaz. 30 months? Woo woo. So if I don't succeed, I'm still going to jail. And I'm still being charged with attempted murder. My point was, Barbecue Lady claims that she needed $25,000 for this federal lawsuit or whatever it was. So QB said, well, she only raised $500. Okay, what does that matter? Why is she raising any money while she's dropping thousands to you a week? Do you not get it? That's not pocket watching you, Queen Bee. Everybody knows it. Even your buddy JP knows it. That was my point, and I can't believe me and JP actually agree on something. But that was the point. And I'm sorry that you are so blinded by Barbecue Lady's money that you don't even realize what I meant. And I was kind of shocked that you even read my comment, but I stand by that. Because again, if you need $25,000, why are you dropping thousands on another creator? Make it make sense. That's just like Molly stating how rich her husband is and how much money they have and they have all this and all that. Then why are you grubbing money? Why are you e-begging for money? It's the same mentality. It's like Molly crying that she needs money so bad and then goes out and buys a Yves Prada purse or a Yves Saint Laurent purse. Don't cry you're broke and then spend $10,000 on a bag. Don't cry that you need $25,000 to raise from your subs and then drop $1,000 a week or more on another creator that you've never even met. So then QB says today, I agree, Sly. QB says today that Barbecue Lady didn't need the money and that her friend lent it to her. I wish I had a friend that lent me $25,000. But can you imagine lending someone 25 grand and then they fucking turn around and drop $1,000 a week on QB? What? So I don't know if that was true that somebody actually gave her 25 grand, but I feel bad for them. Because if I lent someone that kind of fucking money and they're dropping money on another creator for no reason, that's a fucking problem. That's like, what are you doing? So that was the point of my live. I mean, that was the point of my comment. And I 100% fucking stand by it. Why wouldn't I stand by it? It's true. Hang on. It's true. Like, what the fuck? And again, QB, that's not pocket watching. I don't know what she's buying over at Qbit every fucking time I watch. And, and that's the funniest part. I don't even watch that often. Like, I watch like maybe an hour, half hour every other day or something. Like, I don't even watch a lot. And every time I happen to watch, there's Barbecue Lady dropping money, buying memberships. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And it's great that you're dropping all this money. And as I said before, good for QB. But how the fuck are you going to grub money or e-beg or say that you need money and you need to raise $25,000? And then the excuse is, well, we only have we only raised 500, so that's that's all that matters. No. You put out there that you need 25,000 when you have plenty of money. That's the definition of a fucking e-beggar and a grifter. If you don't have the money, that's one thing. Like, I hate to use an example, but QB and her lawsuit originally, not at this point, but originally, QB could not afford to fight Betty. She wasn't making the money she makes now, and she was kind of scared. She didn't know what the fuck she was going to do. And honestly, she's not smart enough to handle it herself. So she got scared and she was like, hey, I need to raise money. I need to raise money. I get that. She didn't have it. But you also don't see QB dropping hundreds of, thousands of dollars in another creator's chat. So she's just fake as fuck. And I'm talking barbecue lady. So today, the part that I heard, what's her name? Petty Patty or whatever. Petty Me or something. She went up there because barbecue lady put down JP. So Petty Patty went up there and was like, oh, you can't talk about JP and blah, blah, blah. So it left QB in a position. But what the fuck was QB going to do? She's going to stick up for barbecue lady. And I don't know why these people didn't grasp that. Like, between JP, Petty, and like 2 other people that were up there, they have not given QB what barbecue lady has given her in a week, let alone their entire existence. So I really found it funny. Like, did you guys really think that QB is going to kick her biggest bread and butter right now? No. She ain't going to fucking kick her. She's going to kick you guys before she kicks her. So I just thought it was pretty funny. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but it really was pretty funny. I was like, what an idiot. Exactly. Money talks. It's exactly right. The bee will protect the money. But as a creator, I understand it. I do. I get it. It does put you in a really fucked up position because you don't know. And honestly, I thought B handled it pretty well. I did. But I think Petty Patty really thought that she was going to go hard at her or like turn on barbecue lady. And I'm like, girl, no, definitely not. Like, if you saw what she was fucking dropping every week, yeah, you would know. No. And barbecue lady likes it. I think barbecue lady just buys her spot like fucking B Tim did. No, I don't think QB has anything on her. I think it's just she's protecting her money. That's it. Barbecue lady drops a lot of money. Because I don't even know what she drops when I'm not listening. I don't listen to fucking 9-hour streams. I agree, East Coast. It will. But that's why I also think QB always says how broke she is. Bitch, you're making 15 to 20 grand a month. Stop with the I'm so broke. But I realize she's probably banking it knowing this shit is not going to last forever. People are going to fucking grow up and stop dropping, and just the way it is. People are going to go broke. So, I don't know why she went on this fucking 7-minute rant about me when all she had to say was, like, if you looked at the comment, it had nothing to even do with QB at all. So that's why I'm like, why is she even mentioning this, let alone the 7-minute fucking rant about CPS? So again, I made a mistake under duress. I was under duress a couple of years ago. People want to hold it against me forever, then so fucking be it. Then it becomes your problem, not my problem. I made peace with it a long fucking time ago. I've apologized. I even apologized to the person. I can't turn back time. So if someone, and I won't apologize again. I've done that more than most. Um, and if people can't move on about it, then that makes it your problem, not mine. But to keep slinging it around and using it against me and, like, move the fuck on. I don't do that to you. The only person I've ever done that to is JLR, and that's fucking more than worthy. But even that, I don't do it every time I talk about him. Or if I see a comment by him, I'm not going to be like, and he did this, 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 and this. Every single person in this world has a right to move on. Every single person in this world, not so much in this world, this community, creator-wise, have made mistakes that they can't go back and change. So let's stop with the, oh my God, Laura's so fucking horrible, and Laura this and Laura that for something she did years ago, okay? Like I said, I fucked up. I made a mistake. Anyone that wants to hold it against me forever can suck my fucking left. And I mean that. I totally mean that. You can't change the past. You can't undo something that's already been done. You just have to, it's just like kids. They make a mistake, they fuck up, you forgive them, and you move on. Anyone that knows me knows how much I've changed, how far I've come since way back then, how much I've grown since way back then, and that's it. So if you're going to keep bringing up shit from fucking 4 years ago, don't do it publicly, because nobody wants to fucking hear it. You think you're telling someone new, we're going to tell the new people, get the fuck out of here. Like, I just enough. Like, seriously, you could say you don't like me. You could say that, and I'm not telling you what to say. I'm just saying in general. I don't do that shit to people. I don't sit there like, oh, do you know what they did? You know what they did? You know what they did? Everybody's done fucked up shit. Move the fuck on already. There's a lot of subs that hold it against me while they're sitting in chats of people that have done things that have done worse. In my opinion, I mean, granted, it's me, so I'm going to have a different opinion. But in my opinion, some of the shit that these other people do to each other is far worse than one fucking major mistake I made years ago. And the fact that people, if you can't forgive me for it, that's fine. Don't forgive me for it. But shut the fuck up about it. And that's all there is. Unless you want me to bring up everything everyone's ever done in the past. Fucking Diane the scammer of St. Jude gets talked about less than I do. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But that's okay. That's fine. They can, because she's not around. I guarantee if I wasn't around, they'd still fucking talk. I'm pretty positive of that. My left tit. I know, but that's what I'm saying. When she went on the 7-minute rant about it, I'm like, dude, give me a break. Like, are you afraid your people are going to leave you and come over to me? Trust me, I don't have B Tim over here. If they like B Tim, they're not going to like me. Because personally, I can't fucking stand B Tim. But these people like listening to B Tim. But I don't know what she's so afraid of that she has to go on this 7-minute rant about fucking CPS. Because, you want me to talk about everything you've done? Because I can, but I don't. And it's not because I'm scared. It's just something called maturity that you just kind of move on. And when someone can't move on, it becomes their problem. And I've said this about Sinner, that it's time Sinner moves on from QB unless there's something new. But it doesn't seem to go that way. Banana Tim. Exactly, East Coast. I did not do it for fun. I did it because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. And I wanted a way to get her to stop. And I know that most people can't understand that because it's not them. It's not them in the position. It's not them in that moment. And I don't know what else that I could have done. I mean, people talk about karma. Okay, CPS was called on me 5 motherfucking times. 5. Not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, but 5. 5 motherfucking times. So to me, that's karma. And if it hadn't have been done to me, I wouldn't have even thought of doing it. But because it was done to me so many times, I was like, fuck. And a lot of people think she had something to do with one of my calls. I don't know. I can't prove it. Never accused her of it. But point being, I'm just woman enough to admit it. And the 5 that called on me, or at least first 2, aren't. Thank you, Sunflower. I heard, East Coast. I heard. Every fucking thing I say and do gets ripped apart. Why this? Why? I am not that fucking important. I don't know why I can't get this through people's heads. I am not that fucking important. There is no reason to talk about me every fucking day. I don't do anything crazy. I'm not like Molly. I don't have these over the fucking top streams. I'm just here, keeping my head above water, doing my thing. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Just trying to get back to where I was. Trying to figure out where I'm going with this channel. Trying to figure out everything. And trying to sell candles and grow a business. And that's all I'm doing here. I'm not scamming anyone. I'm not robbing anyone. I'm not fucking grifting anyone. I sell candles. That's what I do. And I talk shit. That's it. That's what I do. So, okay, Sweetie Pie, I'm going to address that real quick. The reason why I'm going to address what Sweetie Pie said is because I'm not sure. I think I did explain it. But when I said that, I was fucking livid. And again, you have to remember the reason I called in the first place. The reason I called in the first place was I wanted her to shut the fuck up about me, and nothing else was working. Nothing. We tried everything to get her to shut the fuck up, and she would not shut up. But I knew her husband could get her the fuck off. And if that happened, then she would finally shut the fuck up. So it happened and it worked. It only lasted a couple of months, but it worked. Now she comes back. And it's been 2.5 straight years of talking about me every day. Almost every day. Talking from what I wear to what I look like, to my hair, to my nails, to my teeth, you name it. She's got something to say about it. My candles, my business, my kids, my parenting, you name it. It's one thing to ignore. It's another thing when it's in your fucking face every goddamn day. And even when I ignore it, didn't seem to matter. But when I said that, it was again after 2.5 years of her talking about me every fucking day. And I was fed up and I was frustrated, and I said it because I was fucking pissed off. But you know what, Sweetie Pie? If it wasn't that comment, they would find something else to be miserable about. They would find something else to pick apart. They would find something else to fucking go at me about. They would find something. It's always something. These people are so fucking miserable in their life that they always have to find something to be pissed at. They always have to find something that I said or did that's going to piss them off. And it's ridiculous. So, but again, even that was said a year ago. All right, move on. You know, they talk about how I did things. It doesn't matter how I did things. It doesn't matter if I got a burner phone. It doesn't matter how it was done. It was done. It's like if you murder someone, did you use a gun or a knife? Does it really fucking matter? The person is still dead. So how you did it doesn't matter. All the things that led up to it doesn't matter. If you're guilty, you're guilty. It doesn't fucking matter how you did it. It's the same thing. And then people go to jail and you do your time and move the fuck on. That's how I feel. So, I know she did it to Molly too. I agree with that. But she does all the time, Bedwolf. The only reprieve I get is on weekends. That's it. It's the only time she's not talking about me. And I truly don't listen. She literally thinks I listen. I don't. I just assume she's talking about me every day. And Burgundy Blue has clips. My face is on almost every single one of them. So are you not talking about me with my live from last night up? It's very fucking weird. Very weird. I'm just like, whatever. But I don't know. That's pretty much it. I didn't know they couldn't see. All right. But yeah, like I said, you can't change what's in the past. I can't change it. It is what it is. And if people can't get over it, well, that's their problem, not mine. They better fucking get over it. So I'm going to ask this question again. Does anyone know who Bombshell's talking about? I'm just very, what's the word? You know, I'm curious because, you know, I went through it. I had it. And if someone's lying about it, that's a problem. And Bombshell made it out like somebody's lying. Thank you, Sufficient Envy. It's a wig, if you didn't know. I agree, Sweetie Pie. This whole community is full of fucking hypocrites. Yeah, one of my Patreons thought that, hey, Bad Wolf, you talk to that crowd. Who was Bombshell talking about?
Mom, I can't lie. You got to teach me how to make your chicken. Because I'm trying to cook it, and it don't look or taste the same as yours.
What do you mean?
Like the chicken you made me and Marine?
There's some in the fridge.
I wanted to leave that for you.
Dayton, stop.
I did.
Stop. You didn't eat it.
No, it's still in there.
Well, you can have it. I have some in here.
Well, I'm still making it.
Thank you, Sufficient. Thanks, guys. What was I gonna say? Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up. Doot. You don't talk to anyone? Yeah, he's lying, Sweetie Pie. He never saves me food, ever. If I put something in the fridge, it disappears. Hey, Johnny. Like, literally fucking disappears. Even if it's like my leftovers, he eats them. Hold on. Need to camera up more, feels more personal. I will. I keep saying I will, but you know, and that's the other thing. I get ripped apart every fucking time I'm on camera. And it gets to you after a while. It really does. All right, Bad Wolf. Bombshell is live right now. Find out who she's talking about. You could go in there, Bomb. I'm Bad Wolf. She's talking about Savage and them. But her community post says, word of the day, hood rat doctor. Girl, you can't even say non-invasive. LMAO. I tell you what, Miss Fake Cancer Claimer, when you play the audio and show the accident and insurance reports, I'll flip my dimple titty out for your husbands to admire. So I'm curious who she's talking about. Just ask her who's claiming they have breast cancer. Or actually it doesn't say breast cancer, it just says cancer. Ask her who's claiming they have cancer. I'm just curious. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, it's easy to say that, but when you get ripped apart, it does get to you. It does. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I got home today, I'm like ripping off the wig. I was gonna take my eyelashes off. I'm like, you know what? My Patreons know that I'm dressed. And if I go live and not on camera, they're gonna be like, bitch, we know you got ready today. So get your ass on fucking camera. Hey Amber. Besides Amber, is anyone watching American Idol? You've been in this role for a long time, and the subs enjoy seeing it create. Ah, thanks, Johnny. I'm just saying, when you get ripped apart just for being on camera, it's tough. Then there's video after video. That's true. At least I go on camera. Yeah, I've always been on camera in the past. And I always said when I do true crime, I'd be on camera. But, because I agree, though, I like watching on camera. I just hate the way I look on camera. Like, I always make dumb face expressions. But I do like this hair color on camera. But trust me, in the sunlight, it's fucking bright. Like, bright, bright. I'm like, ouch. So, I don't know. Does anyone want a link? I don't know what to talk about. I pretty much said everything I had to say. That's true. Johnny, you are right about that. Hey, criminal man. Come here, poopy. Ugh. Ugh. Fluff will be my partner. Right, Fluffy? What? Thank you, sweetie pie. What? 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 Mwah. Oh, you. Thank you, criminal man. Mwah. You need a bath. You need a bathy. No, Fluffy won't break my heart. Right, Fluffy? My little protector. He's my little protector. Right, you protect me? You protect me? What? You just want your belly rubbed? You just want your belly rubbed? What? What? Thank you, Amber. You guys are too nice. Right? They're too nice. They're too nice. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Oh, so is he. Believe me, he's impossible too. Nobody is claiming I have cancer? That's the fuck is this then? Whoa, what happened? It says it right here. Word of the day. Hood rat doctor girl. You can't even say non-invasive. I tell you what, Miss Fake Cancer Claimer. When you play the audio and show the accident, doesn't that insinuate someone has cancer? Thank you, Debbie. I don't know, insinuate someone has cancer to me. What's the jury count on Karen Reed? I don't know. Oh, speaking of, does anyone know what happened with Psycho today? And I know that interrogation tapes of what's her name? What's it? Richard Allen are out. I saw that. Right? What? 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 Um. Yeah, the interrogation tapes of Richard Allen. Those might be interesting, actually. Star Trek, not exactly a look I was going for, but okay. If you say so. They've changed your opinion for which way? Should we listen to them? Where's everyone getting them from? See, a lot of YouTubers. Um, from not guilty. Oh, no shit. Thank you. Ah. Crime circus. Blech. Someone was busting on him the other day. I was laughing. Yeah, let me Jules. I couldn't remember your fucking name. I'm like, oh my god, that's yeah, Jules. Not go to crime. No, I'm not going to crime circle. I can't stand the guy. I know Chasing had him. I know Zav Girl had him. I could text Zav Girl and just have her send me some. I've seen the whole video, hearing his prison confessions. Ooh, that's right. You're right. No, Jules, I knew it was you. I just couldn't remember your name. It like I went blank for a minute. Uh Twitter. Uh, all right. That's the wrong docket. Yeah, Sly is a big diehard um guilt. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. Me and my conspiracy theories, Sly would get so fucking mad. She'd be like, he's fucking guilty. Just stop. I'm like, no, he's not. He's fucking guilty. We fight in Patreon about it. I was like, me and Amber would be like, but, did you listen to this? But did you listen to that? He's guilty. I'm like, damn. There's no shaking her. Thank you, Jason. As a Amber, she's not moving. Alright, that's only a minute. This Twitter is all broken down like minute by minute. All right, what's this?
This gun right now around a fully intact round.
I don't know who this is. Let me see. See, I'm not really a conspiracy person. All right, so I found someone playing it, but I don't know who they are. And it's not listed. I don't even know whose channel is. Okay. Trial exhibits. See, everybody on Twitter has it listed by like 1 minute. Um, okay, but everyone's got them. So where'd they get them from?
It's not me. You're not going to make me believe it's me. You're not.
That's Crime Circus. Yeah, they are just using his stuff. Because it's not like everyone all of a sudden just got him at once. So everyone's definitely using everyone else's stuff.
An inmate at the Indiana Department of Corrections, Westville.
Yeah, it's all Crime Circus. Oh, she might have him. 21 months. Woo woo. Alright, so Sleuthy is all about Karen Reed. Thank you, Criminal Man. 9 months. Woo woo. Yeah, I saw his name here. Hold on. Because there's the phone calls and then there are the police interviews. There it is. Yeah, Tom broke it down in like 1 minute intervals. Ash, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, Tom Webster doesn't really have them. They're not posted. Oh, that's how it got out. Yesterday, he said, tonight at 7, I'll be sharing the police interviews of Richard Allen, his phone call confessions to his family, and screenshots at PM video and a live chat. That's how. So everyone just copied it.
Hi, everybody. As always, I like to start my Delphi live chat.
Oh.
Lori Vallow Daybell has done a lot of objectionable things in her life.
That's what they did. They copied it from his live stream. It's a 5.5 hour live stream. Oh no. Yeah, is that 5 hours? Hang on. My camera's gonna go flying. Yeah, it's a 5 hour live stream. But that's what everyone did. They just copied his. Copied it from the live stream. No, it's 5.5 hours. We can watch a little of it, see what it's at. I mean, I could pick through it later. Oh.
Okay?
Will you just let everybody know how much I love them?
Of course I will. They already know, hon. They all know.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Nobody loves me anymore.
Stop. That's not true.
I know. I know. I'm
Not
sorry.
true.
I'm
Not
sorry.
true. Okay?
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
I know what you told me. I know what you told me, and I believe you.
Yes.
I just, knowing I'm never going to see you again, or at least it feels that way. I'm just saying, if it gets too hard, just tell them to come and get me and bring me and bring me to see you, and I'll tell them whatever they want me to say.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I don't need you to try and be strong for me. Okay? You need to be weak. You need to be held. You take care of yourself, okay? Okay? I know. But you need to get the help you need. I can't hug you. I can't tell you anything that's going to make you feel better. So please just make sure if you need Mom or Brett or anybody that you're going to them, don't wait.
Okay, I know.
Did you go back to work?
No.
Okay.
They don't want me there.
They don't?
They're afraid for me.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. They're afraid for me and they're afraid for them.
Yo, don't hit subscribe. I always try to tell them, but they do it every time. I tell them there's a problem, but they acting like it's fine. I'm begging them to stop, but they leave me with a like.
Thank you, Debbie.
Just do the best
I
I can.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I'm sorry, baby. Just one more thing. I fucked up for you. I just love you so much, babe.
I love you too, honey.
Okay? I'm not going to keep calling.
No,
I wish I could see you, babe. You don't know what I'd give to see you just one more time. Because I don't know that I'm going to make it. But you just know that if anything happens, I'll see you in the next lifetime. I swear I will, okay? Okay. You take care of the family for me. I love you all.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Okay. Bye-bye. It's good to hear your voice.
I love you too,
Bye.
sweetie.
Okay. It's going to cut us off here.
Okay, I love you. Okay.
I love you.
I love you, honey.
I love you. I'll hold on.
Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, that was number one. I'll get to some of your comments here. Yes, this is
Got God, so, and I know that Kathy's got God and you've got God, and
Yeah.
that's good enough for me. So,
See, I'm going to say the same thing that I said last year and the year before this. Tell me how somebody with zero criminal record, doesn't even have a fucking speeding ticket, wakes up one day and decides he's going to brutally murder 2 teenage girls. I convince me. Just convince me of it. Because there's no rhyme or reason. Then again, you could say the same thing about Kohlberger. But at least Kohlberger, there were little signs like he was studying it. I could see maybe curiosity. This guy worked at fucking Walmart. How do you go from working at Walmart, CVS, totally clean record, don't even drive against the law, and now you're going to brutally murder 2 teenage girls? I convince me. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I know that he is not going to let this last forever, and
No, it's
that
not.
we're all going to be back together eventually.
Yeah.
He'll make that happen. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, it may be 6 months from now, it may be when we're together again in heaven that it's going to happen. And I
just think God's
just
going to
keep
work
the
a
faith
miracle
and-
through all this.
Yeah, I think he already has. I mean, Kathy sent me a Bible. I didn't accept God into my life until March 21st of 2023. So that's what, a week ago, week and a half.
Yeah.
And I never would have done it if I hadn't started reading the Bible. And I wouldn't have read the Bible if Kathy hadn't sent it to me. And
She's been trying for a long time to get one to you.
And I questioned, when I called her and tried to tell her that I had accepted God, I struggled to know if it was really this Bible and if this was actually a Bible, because I don't know if you know this or not, but the Bible that she got me doesn't even say the Holy Bible on it, on the front.
Yeah, but it's just worded so you can understand it better.
Sure. I didn't know if you knew that. It just, on the front it says the message. So after I accepted God into my life or accepted Jesus.
And this doesn't even seem like a normal confession. This is not how people confess. And it's very rare that you're going to get a confession like this anyway, but this is just not how people confess.
Christ is my Savior and got into my life and told Kathy that she told me that first she had to convince me that I was actually reading the Bible.
Yeah.
And then I asked her where she got the Bible from, and she said that Dr. Frank had given it to her.
Yeah.
And so today I was calling her because I wanted to make sure that the next time she saw Dr. Frank, I wanted her to thank Dr. Frank for saving my life.
Oh.
By giving her a Bible.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't have a Bible today.
Yeah. She had been trying to see if one of the lawyers could get one to you and that. But she really wanted you to have the ones she had been reading.
Okay, well, I'm going to go now and try to get hold of Kathy, and if not, hopefully I can get a hold of her tonight, because I'm probably going to fall asleep at some point.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, Mom. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah, Chris, let me look. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of your comments here. Chris said, here we go. Chris, how is that a confession? That's not. They're coming soon, which right now, I think April 3rd, 2023. I'll get to a few more comments here. Hi, Scumbag Trav. Strange he never asked or references his daughter. Yeah, I'm curious to know if they ever had.
But he did kind of confess. He said that I wouldn't have done this if I had a Bible. So he did confess.
any phone calls. None were played at the trial with his daughter. Yeah, so it's interesting. Apparently, he also told Dr. Walla he wanted to get right with God with these confessions. So her voice obviously was echoing. I don't think that issue is going to be in any of these other further phone calls, which I know you guys want to hear. Give me one more second.
Honey,
Yeah.
are you there? Are you there?
Yes, babe. Yeah, babe.
What's going on?
I just wanted to apologize to you.
What's going on, sweetheart? Are you
I
not
did
feeling
it.
well? You did
No,
what?
I did it.
What?
I killed Abby and Libby.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, Darren.
Yes, I did.
Don't say
I
you
don't know
didn't.
why.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Darren. You're not feeling well. There's something wrong. They've messed up your meds or something there.
No, I mean, I evidently did it.
No, you didn't. Why would you say that?
Because maybe I did.
No, you didn't, dear.
I think I did.
No, you didn't. They are screwing with you there, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. There's something wrong. They are messing with you. They are messing with your mind.
Did Dad tell you I called?
Yeah.
What did I say to him?
I don't know. I talked to your mom, but she called me and we're just worried about you because something's not right.
Is there a way to talk to Dad?
No, honey, I'm not with them right now. And there's something wrong. They're screwing with you there.
What did they say to Dad?
They have done something to your food or they've done something to your meds. And there's something wrong.
I'm sorry, but a confession is not, I think I did it. I think I did. That's not a confession. Hey, whistle down. That's not a confession.
Don't you ever say you did anything, because I know you didn't.
I think I did.
No, you didn't. Why would you say that?
Because I think I did.
No, you didn't. You know you didn't.
I wish I could say I didn't. I don't know.
You don't know. See, exactly. There's something wrong. They're screwing with you. They're trying to get you to say things. They're trying to mess with your mind.
No, I deserve it, I guess.
There's something wrong. No, you don't.
I just wish they would kill me or let me apologize to the families at least.
Dear. Don't talk anymore. Just don't talk anymore, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't talk anymore. I need to get a hold of somebody there.
And they never saw me between noon to 1:30. That's one of the biggest things I cannot get past. So everybody wants me to shut up. I'm hungry. How am I going to get through this 9-hour live chat? Let me do this. This is a random thing, so I can, whatever, get it off the screen. Kat, Golden State Killer, had to be brought into court in a wheelchair.
Doing that. And as a formality, before we talk to anybody about these things, I want to make sure you understand you're not under arrest or anything like that, okay? And the door here is open. You can leave at any time you want. I'll be glad to give you a ride back or whatever. So, but we need to make sure that we go cover a formality here. And I'm going to get to the page here with this is a Miranda warning. So before we ask any questions, you need to understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask any questions and have it with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, we'll be appointed for you for a question if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time you talk to a lawyer. Like I said, you're not under arrest, so just want to make sure you understand those rights. Down here at the bottom, it says, I read the statement of our rights and understand our rights. I do not want a lawyer at this time, and I understand what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. If you'd be willing to talk with us, or just if you understand your rights, we just need your signature that we charge.
Okay.
Okay. This is a formality we take care of whenever we talk to anyone.
We're just going back to the beginning of the case, and we know you had talked to Lieutenant Doolin. We just want to figure out what you saw when you were out there before.
Words to live by. Do not ever speak to the police without an attorney. Even if they say, oh, we just want to ask you a couple questions. Even if you are completely innocent, never speak to them without an attorney. Never let them in your house. Even if everything seems copacetic, don't do it. You will learn the hard way.
So for anybody joining who doesn't know, obviously that's Rick on the top. Steve Mullen is on the right. He's the former Delphi police chief who then became a Carroll County Prosecutor's Office investigator. And on the bottom left is Tony Liggett, the current Carroll County sheriff, who I asked to interview and he never replied. Same with McClelland.
Great, wonderful. Okay. Now, Tony brought up something that you had done, and initially you had talked to Lieutenant Doolin, and according to Lieutenant Doolin, the information he got to you from you was that you were on the trail between 1:30 and 3:30. Does it make any sense? Okay. And that you had parked at the old Farm Bureau building. I think that may have been the old welfare office out there. Well, while at the Freedom Bridge, you saw 3 females and noted that one was taller and had black or brown long hair. This is basically what he had written down. Okay. And maybe even got some information about your phone or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. So now you understand everything. So I want to make sure that we just kind of get some information from you and we get started here off of that with today's date, which is Thursday. And today is 10/13 of 22. What time do you have, Tony?
It's 11:45.
10:45. And your full name is?
Richard.
H-A-R-D.
Matthew.
That's A-L-L-E-N.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how old are you now?
50 years old.
Okay. Your date of birth?
99/72.
Okay, great. Could I ask you to write down the X is that right there?
I'm in the 50-year-old club this year.
Yeah. I'm beyond that, actually. So.
Just turned. No.
Sorry. Hard to believe. And do you know your driver's license number off the top of your head?
No.
Don't worry about it. The home address, I didn't get it when I was out there. What is it?
1967.
67.
White man.
5.
At front. Shortly before they got married, so around 16, maybe 15, 16.
Okay.
I don't know. They got married at 17.
What's his name?
Paulo, P-A-U-L-O.
Okay. P-A-U-L-L. Oh, I put another one.
Paulo.
I got it. Okay. All right. So, but he lived here for a while. So I never sense of Panthers being around here.
Not around here.
Not around here?
No.
Maybe somebody else.
He was already up in Napanee when she met him.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Graduated from high school. We're in
North Miami.
what year?
91.
Okay. And any other vocational training, college classes?
Went to Ivy Tech like a couple of semesters.
Which, okay, mostly around,
Was to leave the company and do something different, and interviewed with CBS, and Peru was the district manager that I interviewed with. Peru was the furthest western store that he had, or closest to me.
Mhm.
So that's where I was going to be working, and it just didn't work out the way that I thought it was long term. I mean, I was there several years, but I wanted to, they had a training position, a managerial training position. I told them I didn't want to do that anymore. Long story short, and put in the transfer back, and like I said, I hit 16, I'm going to say around 16, 17, somewhere.
all right. Well, managing is kind of hard sometimes, I understand. Was there a particular reason why you didn't stay in management, or?
Tired of it, the bureaucracy, not really being about taking care of the customer. It's more about hitting this number on this spreadsheet and that number on that spreadsheet. And then you get the call every 15 minutes if you didn't hit this number on this spreadsheet. And none of them really help you take better care of the customer. I mean, you spend your time managing scorecards, and I just had had enough of it.
Sure.
I was just tired of it.
Sure.
How dare he not like spreadsheets? Oh.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So from where we're at right now, I think probably, can you help us understand what was going on Monday, February the 13th? You kind of tell us what you were doing that day, and every day the girls
Okay.
on the trail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went over to my mom's in Peru, Mexico, earlier in the day. I think my mom had hip surgery back then or something, but regardless, my wife was working, so I went over there and spent the day, not the day, I spent the morning with them. My sisters come over and they were going to go eat lunch and stuff, and I wasn't about that, so I went home.
I think he said, and I wasn't about that, like going to lunch with him.
And I remember it was a fairly warm day, or warmer than normal, so I think I just put a jacket on and went back out to the trails.
Which to me, if he went to his mom's house early on, it was like in the 30s, why would he not have a jacket on? I'll try not to interrupt too much. Sorry if I'm driving you crazy. Oh, well.
Usually when we go, we walk down to High Bridge and walk back and walk down the other side and come back. I mean, it wasn't a ritual, but I remember walking down to the bridge. The times, I left my mom's, it was probably around 11:15. So I think I would have been out there, because I didn't do anything else. It would have been around noon, I thought, is when I was out there. Walked down to High Bridge. Always went out just a little ways, not all the way. Went out a little ways and watched the fish. See if I see any fish down there, because I like fishing. And walked back and sat on the, when you turn around and go down the other fork, there's a bench that overlooks, and sat there for a few minutes and walked down walked back out and left.
Okay, so I didn't get this at the trial. So he said he's talking about Mears intersection. So he said he sat at bench number 6 at the Mears intersection.
I didn't park there because I had told him something about there were a couple vehicles there when I left, so I parked somewhere, either parked over on the bridge side or there used to be a little building there. I could have parked there. There was a trail until they got the whole thing done.
He said I could have parked there, but Doolin testified that he was certain with Rick talking to him 5 days after the murders on February 18th, 2017, that where Rick parked was next to an old building across from Anderson's, which is the old CPS building. So here he's talking about, I think, a totally different place that most of us don't even know. It's not even the large lot, as you're looking at the satellite map of Hoosier.
I think is where the park is. It appears like it winds off this way. And there's a road, the first road you come, well, I don't know if it's the first road, but there's a road that takes off to the right, and there's houses, and then it just kind of turns into a lane. And there's a small bridge up there before, I mean, I think it's still there if you were.
Like the one, okay, so are you talking about the one-lane bridge kind of that goes
It would have been,
up
it wasn't used. It wasn't a bridge that was used, I guess is what I'm saying. It was just, there was a parking area up there that you could park in.
Okay.
And that's where people that's where quite a few people would park before they, I mean, now there's a nice parking space, but before it was either you parked there or you parked over in the farmer's thing. And I mean, at one point they had it marked that they didn't want you parking there. So and I know it wasn't over there because I told them something about some cars that were there. So I would have been parked up on the bridge side of things, I guess is what I'm saying.
Just to be clear, the huge lot next to Hoosier Heartland Highway was available to park at in 2017.
I guess I'm not having.
So this is kind of an overview of the area. So obviously this is the Blue Bridge here over the Hoosier Heartland Highway.
Okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, can you mark on where you think you parked at? Good.
Show me the Blue Bridge again.
Blue Bridge, here's the Hoosier Heartland Highway. Here's Main Street. The road that comes out from downtown goes out onto Heartland. And here's the Andersons. I think that's going to be their fertilizer plant. And down there's the,
So that's the Blue Bridge. I mean, it's right there. It would have been over in here somewhere probably.
well, that's one of the parking areas. Okay, and then
Or it would have been, there was a old building somewhere over.
this map was taken back when the building was still there. And this is the building that was on the bridge, the trail side of the bridge.
Okay.
So down up
You
here,
went this way. I think you went down this way and like there was an underpass or something.
Yep, that's right. And then there's a building right there, if you can see it.
Okay. So it would either have been there or there.
Okay. All right. Very good. Which way do you think you would have?
So they just showed him the CPS old lot. He just said it was either there or there. So I guess he did say he could have parked at CPS. This other place, it makes no sense for him to park at.
Travel to get to this building that particular day, if you remember.
Just that way that loops around. Okay. I don't know the names of the roads or anything. I could show you where I drove, but it just on the way, the road that goes out, it's basically the same way that you get to this one, except no, it's further up, and you go down, and it like comes down and goes around somewhere and comes over on the other side.
Okay, very good. Okay. Was it ever an occasion where you might have gone to the park another way? Did you go out here very often, I should ask?
Not like I would say often. I mean, we go out, we may go once a month, we may go twice in 1 week. I mean, it was just kind of one of those where when we felt like walking the trail, we'd go. I mean, I could say we visited it regularly. During the summer months, we didn't really go out there much in the winter. We may have gone out a time or two. But.
Right, okay. So was it ever something was there ever a time that you guys took another path to get out there besides going around this way, or do you remember anything like that?
I think there's a way if you go past where you park the farmer's entrance that I was telling you about.
I think it's down here. There's an entrance across from a residence that's a farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know that there's a way that winds around, and you can eventually get back to 200 or whatever road it is. We're off of 200 North, I think it is. It comes out somewhere down there, but we only did that. I think we found that by accident one time. We thought we'd go that way and try to get back, and it was we eventually came out that way somewhere.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't. If we were going to go there, we would go down through town and.
Okay. Good enough. All right. So let's talk more about what you remember doing that day, remember seeing that day.
Okay.
You gave an account to
Sure.
The officer who talked to you. And you remember how that was prompted, how that happened, that you happened to talk to the officer?
I don't remember if it was the next day or a couple days, but shortly after they were asking for anybody that was there to come in. So I went down. I got home from work and my wife said, they want to talk because I had obviously told her that I was there. And she said they want to talk to anybody that's down there, may have any information. How much, but I obviously will go down. So we went down to the sheriff's station and I don't remember who it was, came out and talked to me and said that he would get my name and information. And then I was driving downtown for something, and I know that I remember he called me when I was in the car because I pulled over and talked to him. It was a DNR officer, and he asked me if I could come down and talk there or if I want to meet somewhere. And I don't remember how or why. I think they were really busy, obviously, crowded probably. So I was heading down to, it was the Save-A-Lot parking lot down there, and I told him I would just meet him there if that was okay. So he came down, we talked. He looked at my phone, took my phone information, and I think he got some, we took the battery out and everything, and he got information off of us. So that's pretty much it.
So there's been confusion. Did he call, email? He said he went to whatever the sheriff's station or Delphi police. Then he was driving into town. Dan Doolin called him on this phone number. So he went, that was February 16th. He went to the police station. 2 days later, on the 18th, Doolin calls the phone number that he gave on the 16th. Rick is saying here, I was
walked down back an hour, so probably 1:30, 1:45, depending on exactly what time it was that I got there that day. I just remember walking down the trail, and I had told him that when I was approaching the trail, or the trailhead, I guess is what I'd call it, there was 3 girls walking off the trail, and I just remember it looking like one of them was probably watching, not babysitting, but watching the other 2 because they looked a little younger, and they looked very similar. I don't know if they were sisters or whatever, but the other one didn't necessarily. But I remember seeing them walking off the trailhead.
As I said before, 3 of the 4 girls who passed Bridge Guy soon after 1:30 were sisters.
And I didn't really see anybody. I walked down, like I said, I looked at the water, I walked back, and I said, somebody could walk behind me.
See, the thing is, I'm not that big in interrogation videos, so I can't tell if he's full of shit or not. But his whole demeanor changes. I don't know. I just don't know if he's full of shit.
I guess, but I sat on that bench that overlooks the creek bed and all that. And I remember telling him when I left, I remember there being, I think there was 2 vehicles down there on that farmer's entrance that I told you about. And that's why I know I didn't park there, because obviously I wouldn't recall seeing cars there if I parked there.
The farmer's entrance, are we still talking about this area here, or is there some other location here?
There's a pull-in, like right next to the trail is all I can tell you. There's a pull-in right next to the trail, and a trail actually leads up to the trail.
Yeah, it's hard to see from here, but I think this is what's called the old Mears.
Probably. There was a farmhouse across from it, is all I knew.
Right.
And it was like I guess it looked like where you take farm equipment in and out or something, but I know at one point they flagged it that it said no parking, so we didn't park there for a period of time, but.
Did you ever park there before when you went?
Yeah.
A lot of times you did? Okay.
I mean, we used to when it wasn't marked.
Mm-hmm.
We did a cleanup down there one time I brought a bunch of Walmart people, kind of a community engagement thing, and we did a cleanup down there. It's the year that they tore down. We tore down that, if you go down, not the High Bridge way, but that one where I sit on the bench.
Yeah.
That I was talking about. If you go down that hill, there used to be a little shed, a little shack down there, and they tore that, and we were there that day that we tore that down.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you guys did that with Walmart. Was that a local Walmart you worked at?
Lafayette.
Lafayette,
Yeah.
okay. The one on Commerce or the one on
Commerce.
Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. So you guys came up and did that. Do you know when that was?
Oh, Lord, no. Well,
It was before or after this?
2006. Oh, it would have been, I wasn't even with, it was what, 17?
Yep. When the girls were out there.
13. So I wasn't even with Walmart at the time. I would have already been with CPS. Yeah.
Okay. So sometime in the...
Yeah, it would have been way before. I mean, I went to CBS in, I say, 13. So it would have had to been before 13.
Okay. So you were out there then working on the trails?
I'm going to say a lot earlier than that because I worked in Chicago, south of Chicago, for a couple of my last years with Walmart when I was actually running that store. So probably around 9, 10 maybe.
Okay.
See, the one thing that bothers me, though, is we can't tell if he's looking in the cop's eyes or if he's looking down. Because to me, that makes a difference. If he's looking directly in the cop's eyes, then I tend to think he might be telling the truth. If he can't and he's just looking down at that picture, then I'm skeptical.
All right. Somewhere around there. So you were working out there in trails. Had you been familiar with the trails before then? Was there a time that you had been out trails before that?
We had walked, after we moved to Delphi, I mean, we started experimenting. I mean, there were trails that we didn't know were there, but, you know, you'd hear about one and you'd go, and I'm sure by that point, well, obviously I know by that point I knew about them because that's how I don't know how I got associated with the Dan something or other that runs the Erie, I think it was Dan, run like the Erie Canal thing,
Mm-hmm.
and McCain,
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember how I became acquainted with him, but I asked him because at Walmart, you know, as a leader, they always want you to be involved in the community. And I mean, it's a good thing,
Sure.
but you can also give money to, like, so because we brought so many people out for that event for a day, we had so many hours, and we were able to donate money because of that from Walmart to the Erie Canal Foundation or whatever. So we worked, I guess the question is, yeah, I had been on the trails before that day. And we also worked out at the Carrollton Bridge that day. There's a tow path or something. We picked up some stuff along there too.
Oh, okay. Yep. Makes sense. All right. Well, that's good.
So, yeah, I sat there for a few minutes and left. And like I said, there were a couple vehicles. I may have told him the exact makes. I'm not sure. I just remember one was like a sedan, and I think maybe one was an SUV. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Have to look back at what I said that when I interviewed with him.
And that was at the, you call it farmer's entrance, those cars were at the farmer's entrance?
Yes, sir.
What about where you parked? Were there any other vehicles?
I know there were no vehicles where I parked because I don't remember telling him. I mean, if he asked, I didn't see anything there that day.
Okay.
A lot of people would park at that farmer's entrance because I'm thinking that was probably when they didn't really want you parking there, and that's probably why I didn't park there. But it's much closer to the trails, so a lot of people like to park there. You walk in and you're actually like halfway through the trail, so you can walk one way and the other and leave. But I know at one point, like I said, they didn't want you parking there, so we didn't.
So back then, if you told, he said his report said old Farm Bureau building. So would that be?
I never really knew what that building was. I just remember telling him there was a building there. And if that's where I told him I parked, then that's probably where I parked. Because like I said, we would either park, obviously the farmer's entrance was always the most convenient, but there was a bridge, small bridge before the blue bridge. I probably, I don't know if I got this right. This was Anderson's.
Yes.
So there was a little tiny, it used to be like a one-way bridge. It wasn't even a road anymore. Like you could either go towards the blue bridge
or you drive under it too.
Yeah, I think you ride.
Now I follow.
It wasn't, that parking lot wasn't there on the other side, so you didn't, but yeah, you would, you went, like I said, you take this road that forks off coming out of Delphi somewhere, and then you take a right, and it's just a little road, and there's some people that live along it, but then at the end of the road, it goes up to this, like I said, there's like a parking area where people used to park.
I think I know where you're talking about.
I think you can't see it on here, but what you're describing
Probably.
is the road that leads up to this parking area that you're talking. It's out of the side of that. Side of it.
Sure, probably, yeah.
So just to say, at the trial, Doolin said he was the one who called it the old Farm Bureau building, not Rick. So Rick just said then, like, if I told Doolin I parked across from Anderson's, then I probably did. Like, how do you not remember where you parked the day 2 girls were murdered if you're innocent? Yeah, we'll get back to the stuff in a second.
Okay. So, how far out of the bridge did you go that day when you were out there? Do you remember?
How far what?
How far out onto the high bridge?
I have no idea how many feet it is. The way I always know is there's one of those platform things that stick off the side, and I usually, years past, like 9, 10, let's see, 6, 7, between 6 and 10 probably. I've actually been across the high bridge back when it was in a little bit better shape, but somewhere in there, 8, 9, 10, somewhere it started getting pretty rugged and stopped going across it. But for the most part, I didn't go past that one whatever the thing is that sticks out. I'd go out there and kind of look. Like I said, fisherman, I'd look and see if I seen any fish or anything, and then I went back the other way.
I think those were back in the day, if a train was coming and you were out there, then
you could
possibly at least get out of the train's way.
Exactly.
I think I would still want to be on it when the train came.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that day I don't remember what year it was, but it was well before 16, 17. I don't know, just decay.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
So if you were parked there, and correct me if I say anything.
The bridge?
Over here, in that building, I'm sorry. So if you're parked there, how did you get on the trail? Where did you walk?
At one point, you either walked down the road, but then at one point they had a trail there. Not a trail, I wouldn't even call it a trail. They had a gravel path that led to the new thing that they were doing. I call it the trailhead. When they started doing all that, there was a trail that would...
See, and I agree with that, Fly, because logically, if there's no reason for me to remember something, I'm not going to. Like, I don't have to remember what I wore 3 days ago, but I remember my every thought 3 years ago today. You know what I mean? Because that was a traumatic event. But ask me what I was thinking 2 days ago, I couldn't tell you. What I ate for breakfast, I don't remember, because there was no reason for me to remember it. So I agree with you.
I think it ran along the road, if I remember right, and then it just cut over to where the trailhead was at. You couldn't really park. I just remember where that path was at. You'd think you could park there, but it was no parking, so you had to walk. You either parked over here and it was actually closer if you went over here and you could just walk The bridge that way. And then if you went this way, it was a little bit further because you walked along the road to.
So you were going to walk along the road, or was there a path in there?
At one point, I think you walked along the road. Honestly, I don't even remember. Where's the trails here? That's why I said at some point, it was probably after they put that little pathway in that we even parked there. I don't think we ever, my wife, and from that time until earlier this year, I drove the gray car and she drove the black car. Now, if I was going somewhere out of town, a lot of times I would use the black car, depending on how far we're going. The gray car was dependable, but it's just one of those where the longer, I guess, more recently, I started driving, if I was going to go to Lafayette or something for an appointment or whatever, I'd take the black car just because it's more dependable. And
Yeah, she works at her.
But anyway, and then during that time period, I drove the gray Ford 500, and she would drive the black car, had her little cat license plate and all that on it. And then when I got her van, the gray car pretty much had it. And it was either, I had that and a truck as well. I had a truck for, I don't know, 3-4 years. I bought it used, and we didn't drive it hardly ever. And it was one of those where get rid of them while they're still worth something, so we traded them both in, and I got the van that she drives now, and then I went back to driving black car. So
I remember right, you said you were down to Miami County to see Mexico. Would you have planned to drive the black car because that was a trip out of town?
I wouldn't have planned. No, during that time it was still the gray car was still. It's not like it's a junk car. We bought it brand new. It was a 2006. But I just say in the last 3-4 years, it's not the car didn't run well. It's just one of those where it's old enough that you don't want to get over somewhere. Because usually if I am driving it, it's because she's at work and I don't want to end up having to get stranded somewhere. But that was more recently, so that's why I don't know which. It was either the gray or the black one that day. It could have been. It could have been the black one. Could have been a gray one.
Makes sense. Okay.
It was an 06 Ford 500.
So then you get on the trails and you say it's all 3
Lower 505 trail at that intersection. She said.
What we would like to do is to be able to confirm some of the information that you've given us so far, to be able to examine your phone. As you're well aware, phones go everywhere with everybody, and they tell a story about a lot of what people do. And sometimes the information on a phone can confirm, examine some of the data on it. Really, we'd like to get to the phone that you had back then.
Anyway, I do think he's guilty, but I think his demeanor for the most part is innocent to me. I said that during the trial. However, certain things that he says does not match up.
From Adam.
No, it's fine.
But you also can't say it's never happened where pieces have been, we find a piece that's close to fitting and make it fit, and I just don't.
I just want you to see why we came to you. This is from the beginning.
Okay.
It's basically tip 74.
Okay.
That's
I understand. I get you.
I don't want you to think that we're just randomly coming after you.
And you've been.
Oh, I don't think you're coming after me. It's not that.
You've been completely honest with this. You said, well, what the information you can see right there, Mr. Allen was on the trail between 13:30 and 15:30. That's 3.
I mean, I don't think that
time, no less.
I know I wasn't out there that late. I don't know what I told him that day, but I know I wasn't out there till 3:30 or so. Yeah, it's 3:30.
That would be right around 1:30 until 3:30.
No, I'm saying when I left. 1:30 would have been more the time I would have left.
Okay.
Not gotten there. Because the reason I remember is because I know I left around 11 o'clock or so because they were getting ready to go do lunch. And I wasn't going to do the lunch thing with everybody, so I just went home and was going to watch the stock market. Thought it was a nice day, and I'd go take a walk on the trail before I did.
Yeah. So things we're asking you is nothing any different than we ask anybody else around there.
Yeah. And look at all the stuff you told us, and there's nothing inconsistent here. So.
I guess I was actually watching my stock, so I must have been working. You asked me about that.
So right now he's reading the Dan Doolin narrative. obviously it seems like whoever entered this tip said that Rick walked in and said, I was there 1 to 3. 2 days later, 5 days after the murder, he said 1:30 to 3:30. Now he's saying he got there around noon and left around 1:30, 5 years later. So does somebody have a better memory 3 and 5 days after a double murder on a trail you were on in your small town, or 5 years later?
To nail down that aspect of it, especially the phone that would have been involved in that situation.
We looked at Rick, we looked at his car, there was nothing in his car. That's the point. That's the whole point of everything.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is out left though, guys. I mean, I'm going to talk to my wife before I do anything. I mean, this affects her as much as it affects me. And I know you guys don't talk to people. I don't hear a bunch of rumors out there. I mean, I don't want anybody knowing that I talk to you guys.
Oh, I understand.
It's just not
And
something.
we don't do that.
Sure.
That's not something we want to do at all. So, we don't just go out and randomly talk to people and stuff like this.
Sure, I understand.
Okay. So with the phone, you say you want to take some time, more time to think about it. Couple things that I wanted to ask you about. Would you mind, Sheriff, if we stepped out for a little bit and came back? That'd be okay with you? Give me just a few minutes right back.
Heather.
Hey, how you doing? So what I want to do is kind of show you some of the stuff that we do have here. Why it's important. Why it's important. We get your cooperation.
All right, so now I'm kind of pissed. Uh-oh, Tom never gets angry. What I showed you at the beginning, it's a black and white horrible copy, but it looks like on the top there, sorry, I can't zoom in this StreamYard thing right now.
It described a hat. It's hard to see the shoes, but they're kind of brown. Okay? And this is a picture that was taken with the phone of one of the girls. Okay, I understand that. And the question needs to be, is that you?
If it was taken with the girl's phone, that is absolutely, I mean, it's not me, but I never have met these girls before, so even if I thought it looked like me, if it was taken with the girl's phone, there's no way it could be. I've never met them. I've never seen them.
Okay. All right, so that's
and as far, well, and let's just stop there. As far as my psychological well-being,
okay.
It has been, I've been dealing with that for years. It's not something new. It's not something because I went out and killed girls. Now I've got psychological problems. Have I had issues? Did I stick a gun? I know how a gun works, and I wasn't going to shoot myself that night. It was probably a cry for help that night. You've obviously talked to my wife, so it is what it is. But I know that you haven't talked to anybody that knows me, has been around me, my family, not my family, that thinks that I may have been involved in this. I wouldn't believe it.
But this image, this person right here, he's wearing like a Carhartt jacket, just like you just told us.
Okay.
He's wearing the same clothing that you just told us. We just need to know what happened. Why?
Sure. I mean, I said I was wearing blue jeans. Now, I think blue jeans is a pretty common thing that people wear. And I said I was probably wearing a black or a blue coat. It could have been a Carhartt, a zip-up with a hoodie in it. I've had black ones. I've had a blue one, or a blue one and a black one. Like, I guess, you know, you're taking what I told you I was wearing and saying that that's me in it.
So the other kind of...
And you're serious. You literally want me to, like, that is you want me to say that that's my car?
We looked at it matches everything. That is your car.
Okay, well, I'm saying that picture, it's like, okay,
yeah, no, that there's zero doubt that that's you.
Okay,
So he's denying he's Bridge Guy, but he's not denying that that's his car. What else was I going to say? I forgot.
Showing you what we have and why we need to eliminate it. That's
well, sure.
That's the point.
Sure. All right, well, we're all done here.
Here's what
Unless you want to arrest me. That's fine.
Here's what I want to say to you at this point. You know, look, we have a lot of information here that we need clarification.
Sure.
And that's exactly why we're talking to you at this time.
Well, and that's fine.
So what we want to do is to be able to take a look at your cell phone, take a look at all the data, help us out. That would be great. Or, you know, conversely, in this situation, we've already talked to your employer, and we already know that and we haven't told them what we know about this. We haven't said anything about that. But they say you're a nice guy. And I believe you're a nice guy.
Oh, okay.
Look, you know, I have no reason.
I mean,
Criminal Matt, if you're still in here, I have no idea why you think he's guilty from this. I think he just seems more innocent.
Let me paint a picture for you. We went to your house.
no, you got a job to do. And I get
we
that.
went to your house.
You sit down here and
we went to your house this
we're
morning.
having a conversation and
We went to your house this morning, and what we did was knock on the door. You let us inside. We had a nice conversation, and that's great. That's really positive.
Of course it is.
You came here to the center and drove down. You rode in the car with us.
yeah.
And we had a chance to sit down and talk. You're not a fellow who is, I think, a mean fellow. You know, you're not the kind of guy that would go out and do something malicious to somebody. So a lot of what we're trying to get figured out here today, right now, is exactly what's going on here. Why is this information showing us one thing, but then you're telling us another?
What is it showing you? What
This information
I'm just saying that is, just say that is my car. I told you I could have been driving that car.
Yeah, that's right.
But why is he not denying it's his car when it went from Mears past Hoosier Harbor Store towards CPS when he's saying he went through town? It's not adding up to me.
I don't know what it is but this seems to have taken a turn, you know. You're sitting here and you're talking to me and you ask me things and I get that.
Okay, where I disagree with Weber, he didn't say it was or was not his car. They said it is your car. It's a black shadow. It's hard to tell exactly whose car it is, but if cops are telling you, we know it's your car, that he's going with it. That's my impression.
Most people,
But now it's turning into,
most people have wanted to be eliminated from this.
well, sure.
That's
I don't want to be included to begin with. So until the point that you have something that tells you that I did this and you want to subpoena or arrest me or something, I've got nothing to worry about. So I'm not real concerned here, but your attitudes towards me have definitely changed, and I don't like the fact that, you know, it feels more like I'm being interrogated, and so then you're going to tell me that you've already talked to my wife and my daughter and stuff. Like, how straightforward is that? You know?
Well, what would you? Okay, let's turn everything around. Tell me what you would do differently if you were in our situation. You had this information. How would you react? What would you do? You do the same thing that we were doing right now.
What information is it that you have?
We have.
You have that I was out there, and I told you from the very beginning that I was out there.
Yes, you did.
I didn't hide it.
Did you see this guy?
I didn't know.
Okay.
I told you, I see the only person that I clearly remember seeing that, and this isn't from today, I mean, this is the next day. The only people or person that came into my mind were those three girls that I seen.
Richard, we're not upset with you, not mad at you, anything like that. We're just
Sure.
trying to get to the bottom of this, okay? No, I'm not, I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'm just here to try to get this situation straightened out. Mm-hmm. And what we want to do is simply get to the truth. What would help us get to the truth is being able to look inside of some of the things you're talking about, okay?
And I get that.
Okay. And maybe
And on the other side of things,
here.
Sure. And on the other side of things, if I thought I had something that was going to help you, that would, what do I have that's going to help you?
Okay. Well, I have some questions we can go through here, if you don't mind. And
I think we're done.
We have some other questions here that we could go through here. And what I could do...
You want to hear questions? What does that hurt?
Some of the questions that we can ask you are simply this. And I don't want you to feel like these questions all sound strange, and it'd be very, maybe even accusing in nature, but I want you to understand I'm not trying to offend you. But
I
help
get
us
that.
out.
I get
You
it.
help us out by getting to a little bit farther along in this matter.
So, I don't know. Like I said, you went, you talked to my daughter and my wife.
What do you want?
I can't tell you what happened. I can tell you that if that picture was, I mean, you can sit and take anybody and say, well, if they were wearing this and wearing that, that could be done. If that picture was taken from one of the girls' phones,
Here's the
it's not
problem
me
with that.
because I've never met
I
them.
know, but listen, here's the problem with that. You know why you can put a lot of people and say they're wearing blue jeans and a blue coat, but you know what the difference is?
No.
You said you were there.
Well, sure I
We
did.
have people that saw you.
Okay.
Ricky said you were out on the bridge yourself.
There aren't that many people that saw me. I mean, I'm sure I didn't miss that many people. If they walked behind me, I guess.
You said that you were out on the bridge, this bridge, yourself that day around the time when this happened.
No, I didn't.
You said you walked out onto the bridge. When we talked to you earlier, you said that you walked out to about the first platform or within that area down the bridge. That's what you told us. So we know that you were on the bridge.
Of course I was.
Okay?
And I told you that.
And with that, you know, we can say that, is this person you? That's the question. Is that person you? That's the question we have to answer.
Sure.
Okay? So if that person is you, we know this person followed the girls all the way to the other side of the bridge and then told them to go down the hill.
Follow them. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like you're saying, don't.
Okay, so the bridge here, okay, this is the girls walking towards the other side of the bridge from where the trailhead is at.
The other side.
The other side of the bridge. And this person followed them all the way to the other side of the bridge where the...
Yeah. So let's just...
And told them to go down the hill.
Okay, so let me stop here. I don't appreciate you trying to talk me into this.
No.
This is what I said. You're trying to change my words around. I told you I was on the bridge. Now you just told me this is the trailhead side of the bridge.
Over here on this
And
side.
you're saying I told you I walked on the bridge.
You said you walked on that bridge that day.
And that first trestle is somewhere,
Back there? Okay.
it's somewhere over there.
Help me understand. Okay, you came out this far. We know that
I did.
You
I didn't go out that far that day.
You came out that far, is what you told us.
I'm not going to tell you how, I can't tell by that how far out I was.
Just a heads up, 13 days later, he tells his wife, I went out to the first trestle, which is the first platform.
Okay. I'm just telling you, you're saying that's me, and you're saying this is the far side of the bridge. I don't even go out that far anymore. I haven't for years.
Okay, for years, but back then, that was in 2017, okay? And the question is this you?
No.
Okay. So you're telling me that this person was out there on the bridge and wore the same clothing that you had on that day, but you didn't see them.
You can't tell that's a black Carhartt coat, a blue Carhartt coat, a pullover. I told you I could have been wearing this.
The two kinds of clothing you said you wore that day was either a black Carhartt coat or a blue Carhartt coat. Okay, you said you had blue jeans, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've had other jackets.
Okay, so put yourself in my chair.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm not going to tell you I wasn't wearing a black Carhartt that day. I told you I could have been. I don't know if that's a black Carhartt. And if it is, it's not mine, it's his.
And you said you had a hat. You normally wear a skull cap, which covers...
I said I carry one. So if I was wearing one, it would be like a skull cap or a smaller type of hat or something.
So Rick was photographed wearing a green skull cap. In the list of items taken from his house, there were skull caps, but not a green one. So was he wearing a green skull cap on the bridge?
Okay. So this is the situation we're at, okay? Basically this. Either you were out there to do this to the girls, or You were out there to be able to introduce the girls to somebody else.
Okay. Good luck finding anything that points in that direction. I mean, it's not me. You're not going to make me believe it's me. You're not going to find anything that ties me to those murders. So I'm not really that concerned. You know, you went from trying to, I don't know what you want to say, get my trust and then slowly lure me into telling you I killed somebody, and I'm not going to do it. You know, I don't know where this changed course.
I'm not trying to give you a hard time, really not. I just want you to put yourself in the situation where we as police officers are looking at all the evidence that we have and what you've told us right now, okay? Okay, not trying to give you a hard time, just want to make sure that we get everything taken care of here. That's why we wanted to look at the things that we wanted to look at.
And that's not going to happen now. I mean, like I said, we're done here. So arrest me or take me home.
I understand. So
arrest me or take me home. I'm done. This is stupid.
I am absolutely convinced this man is innocent after watching this. 100% innocent. I don't know how anybody thinks he's guilty watching this.
okay. So that day, that's your phone. So on that day, you went out there on the bridge, and that you were wearing the same clothing that basically the same clothing that this person here is wearing.
That's what you think. I don't know how you can tell that that's a black Carhartt coat, which is what I told you, a black or blue Carhartt coat. Blue. Never mind. This is ridiculous. You're trying to tell me that I gave you a description of this guy and I didn't. I mean, we all looked at this thing for months and years, and to me that doesn't even look like a Carhartt coat.
Well, you can't say it's not, can you? I mean, neither one of us can.
Okay. You're right.
Can't say it's not. I mean, we can't say that it's not a Carhartt coat. We can't say that that hat isn't similar to the one that you have had at one point. So,
Okay.
with all those things in view,
You've lost my trust. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. This is stupid. Now you pissed me off.
well, I'm sorry about that.
Okay. So let's get. Are you arresting me?
Well, I really want to try to get
Are
this
you
thing worked out,
arresting me?
okay? I want to try to get this thing worked out.
Am I free to leave or not?
You've always been free to leave.
Thank you. You're an asshole.
That's that. I think you're talking about.
Gun.
Perfect.
So,
This is, okay.
no, just hear me out. I'm just
I
trying.
am.
So this is the round. Okay, those are the extraction marks. That's the best picture of them. There's actually 3 of them. That's the other. That's the same round that we found. Okay. And like I said, the methodology that they use is.
Obviously, this round was not fired.
I'm done.
Well, I have a warrant for your
I know you
DNA.
do.
For your DNA first. What do you think I have a warrant for? You know I have a warrant. What?
I figure you're going to arrest me. You obviously think I've done it. The damage is done. Go ahead and do what you're going to do.
Okay. Well,
This doesn't just go away.
I know.
Exactly.
The only person I think can explain all this is you, and you're not explaining it to me.
I don't know what it is you want me to explain.
What were you doing on the bridge? How did your round get there? And why did you kill these 2 girls? Or why were you involved in this? What was your involvement?
I had no involvement.
I don't think, listen, Rick, I don't think you're the one that killed them. I don't think you're the one that stuck the knife in them. Are you?
I
Are
didn't
you
either.
that guy?
Really?
Are you? I'm
No.
asking you.
Anybody that knows me knows I could never, even if I wanted to, do something like that.
Then
That's not
what
who I
happened?
am.
Then what happened?
I can't tell you. How do you expect me to tell you? You want me to make up a story and
No, the truth. The truth is simple. You don't have to make that up. You just go back and tell me the truth.
I've
You can't
told
tell me
you.
that this event has not been weighing on you for years and years and years. You were out there.
I've told you that. I don't know what you want me to do at this point.
I did not murder two little.
I've been so nice
Oh,
to
let's
you.
see.
I've been so nice to you.
Oh, yeah, you're being nice. You're trying to get me to confess to something I had nothing to
I'm
do
trying to
with.
get you to tell the truth. I'm not trying to trick you. I've thrown out what we have.
It,
Most of it.
you
I'm not
assume it's
saying
the
all of
truth, and it's not.
It has to be the truth. The scientists don't lie. The science doesn't lie.
That's awesome.
It's saying that round came from your gun.
I don't understand all that. All I'm telling you is there's a way that a round from my gun, the one that you took from my house, ended up next to a murder scene or anywhere else. I don't know where you got that bullet. If it came out of my gun.
Right there. That's the round.
Then it didn't come out of my gun.
That round was collected.
Then it didn't come out of my gun.
Rick, that round was collected on the 14th of February 2017.
Okay.
It's been in evidence ever since.
Okay.
All right, and we've compared other weapons to that.
I understand what you're saying, but I can't explain it. I'm just telling you that if that was next to a murder site or anywhere near it, it didn't come out of my gun. And I don't know where you would have got one that did come out of my gun.
Right there. It was there. It was found.
Okay.
And I don't think you realize the severity of this. You realize the death penalty is on the table for this?
You know what? I don't really care about living at this point. I've dealt with not wanting to live for 7, 8 years now. It's been a long fucking battle. And with what you guys have done to me, kill me. I don't give a fuck. You'll make my wife rich. So
Is that what she wants? Is that what your daughter wants?
They don't want any of this to even be happening.
Well, it is.
Exactly.
I can't turn this
Exactly.
back. You were there. You're there.
Yep.
The experts say that's you on the video.
Okay.
The experts are saying you said down the hill to the girls. The experts are saying all this. That all the evidence indicates you were out there. The witnesses saw you. The witness saw you. You said you didn't see anybody else on the bridge, but there was a girl that walked up, a lady that walked up and saw you on the platform, Rick.
Okay.
You didn't see her, and then right after that, these two girls that end up dead minutes later walk by her, and she looks back and sees them passing you. You're the last person to have contact with Abby and Libby. Your weapon, your gun out of your weapon is...
I've never contacted Abby and Libby. I've never even met them.
That day? Why?
I didn't.
That's all I want to know, is the truth. You're not willing to...
I've told you the truth. Do what you need to do.
Okay. Well, let me get the... I have the warrant here for your DNA, and then let me step out and see. And they'll come in and swab you with it.
That's fine.
Well, I'm trying to help you, but... All right, I think they got the warrant, so hang on one second.
I know we have a lot of opinions in the chat. Please be polite. Like the other interview, I think overall his demeanor to me seems not guilty. But like I said, this other stuff, I just can't get past it. So I do think he's guilty. Not sure how this, we still have another hour and 15 minutes of this interview. Dave Vito is about to, I think, swab.
And that you bring the same or any part therefore with before me to be disposed of according to law. So basically we take it, we can't dispose of until the judge says so. So we'll keep this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything in your mouth?
No.
No.
It was found by the murder scene next to...
It's more than just that. You have to listen to me for just 2 minutes straight. Just forget about everything else. Okay? The girls have a video of you. Experts are saying without a doubt.
See, what like really sticks out to me the most is his demeanor. From where he was here, which was just a normal guy, to that desperate, like on lithium, you know, even on the phone calls with his wife and his mom, totally different demeanor. If he really did do it, why not go back to this demeanor? Like, why wouldn't he just be like, yeah, I did it, and have this same demeanor? It was completely different. Like, I don't know, to me, he was fucking brainwashed. because he was fine here.
That is you on the bridge. That is your voice. How they do it, I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Okay.
That's what they're saying. We have 5 witnesses that see you out there on the bridge with the girls.
Don't see that.
Right? Why don't you see that? I'm not lying to you.
Because it didn't happen.
It did happen.
There could have been somebody that seen me that I didn't see. What I'm telling you is they didn't see me anywhere near the girls or anybody else because I wasn't around anybody that day. So I'm done answering. Like, I know you're trying to trick me into saying
No, I'm
that.
not tricking you.
I don't care how stressed out I get. I'm not going to fucking admit to something that I had nothing to do with.
I'm not asking you.
Sorry if I'm annoying you by stopping this. This is important because we heard before, he said to his mom, I believe, he said he did it and his mom doesn't believe him. And he says to her, I'm not going to say I did it if I didn't do it. So that's that.
To do that. I'm not trying to trick you.
I didn't
listen.
Anybody else because I wasn't around anybody that day. So I'm done answering. Like, I know you're trying to trick me into saying
No, I'm
that.
not tricking you.
I don't care how stressed out I get. I'm not going to fucking admit to something that I had nothing to do with.
I'm not asking you to do that. I'm not trying to trick you.
I didn't
listen, I have a full hand of cards here. I'm not laying all my cards on the table.
Okay.
I'm telling you bits and pieces, hoping that you will realize that without a doubt, we have you out there at the time of the merger. It clearly indicates that you're involved in this. Clearly.
It does not. There is nothing that you could have that's going to indicate me because I wasn't out there.
And you don't think that you're around like 6 inches away?
I know that a round from my gun did not end up at a murder scene.
You're wrong.
Okay.
And the proof is right here.
I don't believe it. I mean...
Well, you're going to.
I'm not.
You said you didn't want to be the fall guy. You're being the fall guy. Because you won't give us your side of the story. The truth.
I don't care.
You should care.
You're not going to prove I did something I didn't do.
You're exactly right. We're not. We're going to
Okay.
prove what you did. Your involvement in this.
Involvement. What was my...
And in my opinion, he's way too calm and way too relaxed for somebody who has never had interaction with the police. You would think he'd be nervous, but he's never had interaction with the police. This is not a hardened criminal. So I'm saying he was framed.
Involvement.
You tell me. You were there.
And I told you I had nothing to do with it. I told you I never even seen it.
I wasn't there. I'm not on video. 4
Neither
witnesses
am I.
didn't see me. 4 or 5 witnesses didn't see me out there, and I can.
Me either.
And my round wasn't out of my gun. Wasn't 6 inches away from a dead girl's foot.
Mine either.
I'm telling you, you're living in this world.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I'm showing you some of the evidence that we have. And I'm giving you the opportunity to give your narrative, because if you don't, they're going to make it up. And you know the media, not even media is mild compared to social media,
Sure.
is going to portray you as this monster. Are you a monster?
They're already going to do that. You've already talked...
When you get arrested for
It
this?
doesn't even matter because I actually care about what people think.
Yeah, you do.
I said I do. I actually care about what people think. That's why...
So do I. That's
you've
why
already done the damage. How am I supposed to... Never mind.
No, please. Talk to me.
I just...
Clear this up in my head.
I just don't know how I'm supposed to act like this never happened.
You can't. You can't act
I'm not
like this
saying
never
the
happened.
murder. I'm saying...
That's exactly what you're saying. Your conscience is trying to tell you, this is the day. This is the time. This is time to get out in front of this, Rick. You made a mistake. You got in the middle of this. You got in the middle of this. You cannot explain all the evidence away. And you're saying, oh, that's not me. I'm just telling you what we have, some of what we have.
Okay.
And we're still working on other things.
Okay.
But
I'm not going to tell you I did something I didn't do.
I don't want you to say.
End of story.
Again, so then why did he say to 30 people, at Westville. I did it, to his mom repeatedly. We heard that before. His wife repeatedly, I did it. Inmate companions, guards. He wrote a letter to the warden at Westville saying, I'm ready to confess.
Those extraction marks.
Mhm.
Your gun does 100% without a doubt. It's in this certificate of analysis. The scientists say that the marks on that gun are.
Okay, now, if I remember correctly, there was no way to actually prove the bullet came from his gun because it didn't come, it wasn't a gun, it wasn't shot out of his gun. It was allegedly just a bullet that you really couldn't even trace back to the gun because it was never shot. And hopefully that comes out. But yeah, that it was never able to prove that it came from his gun because it was never shot out. But the cops somehow made it all fit.
Match your gun.
And I'm telling you, it didn't happen. I didn't shoot anybody. I've never even pointed a gun at
I'm
anybody.
not saying you shot anybody. I'm saying a fully intact round from your gun is on.
And I'm telling you, that's not possible.
It is.
It's not.
How's it not?
Because I wasn't there.
You were there. You said you were there. There's some.
I told you I was on the trail. I didn't tell you I was at a murder site.
This round is telling me you were there. You didn't.
I don't care what it's telling you.
You didn't lend your gun to anybody. I asked you that. Did you?
I'm done answering questions. Just arrest me. I'm done.
I'm trying to help you, Rick.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you something that's not true so you can feel better about this.
I already feel good about this.
Okay.
I feel good about what the experts are telling me.
Okay.
I feel good about the scientific evidence. I feel good about the witness statements. I feel good about everything. What I don't feel good about is you being a fall guy for anybody or everybody or anybody involved in this, if that's possible. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you did do this all by yourself. That's exactly, I know you keep snickering at that, but that's exactly what's going to be portrayed of you. You're this evil monster.
They could never actually match it to the gun, though, because it was never shot out of the gun. It was like a bullet that fell out, and there was no way to prove that it came from his gun because it was never shot out of the gun. I remember this distinctly.
It was just hunting for two teenage girls so you could just go down there and terrorize them and kill them, and that's not true. Is it?
I told you.
You and I both know that that's not true. You and I both know what happened. The evidence clearly is indicating. Now there's some missing pieces, and I'm going to find those missing pieces.
Okay.
And it would be easier if you helped me find those missing pieces.
Oh my God. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I did something I didn't do.
I don't want you to. I told you that.
That's exactly what you want me to do. What else would you want me to do but tell you I did it? And I'm not going to, because I didn't. I've never been around those two girls in my life.
You were on the trail that day.
I was on the trail that day, and I told you
And
that.
they walked right by you, according to witnesses.
No, they didn't. I never even seen them. Like, I think I'm going to see somebody if they walk past me. Am I not? I'm not saying somebody didn't see me that I didn't see. All I'm telling you is I never seen those two girls.
And why did
How didn't you see the four girls? If you ever walked on this trail in 2017 or even after, it's very narrow.
if I have a round chamber, which I do, and I rack this gun right now around a fully intact round will pop out. Correct?
I assume.
Well, that's what's happened, and you didn't realize it.
Okay.
And that's why that round's there on the ground, Rick. And this is your opportunity. And you say that you don't want to this and that.
Can you please stop giving me opportunities? I'm not going to sit here and tell you I did something I didn't do.
Okay, tell me what
I'm
you
not
did.
going to tell you I'm involved with something.
Tell
that
me
I
what you
wasn't
did do
involved
then
with.
that day. Help me.
I didn't
help me
murder
set
two
you
little
free.
girls.
What did you do?
I went for a walk on the trail and I went home. And I told you the details of the best I can remember of what I did that day and what the walk was. I'm not going to... this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna just keep repeating myself,
Okay.
so.
But I'm not gonna keep bringing up more evidence either. I mean, I can
Okay.
only give you so much.
How can he say he doesn't know why he had one unspent round Winchester brand in his keepsake box next to his bed?
What about Ron Logan? Do you know Ron Logan?
Mm-mm.
You ever been on his property?
Mm-mm.
You don't,
Not that I know of.
you don't hunt. You said you fish?
We mushroom hunt. Yeah, I fish.
I'm just trying to figure out why that round from your gun would be out there. I'm giving you the
Not.
I know you don't want me to give you opportunities, but I'm giving you the opportunity. But you never mushroom hunt on that side of that ditch? On 2000, or you weren't mushrooming, it was too early for mushrooms.
A little bit. It was just a seasonably warm day. So I went for a walk.
Okay. And nobody had your gun that you know of.
Personally, I think the cops planted it. I really do. That's why he doesn't remember, because he didn't know. I got stuff in my closet. I couldn't tell you why it's there. If someone tried to tell me there was something in there, okay, I wouldn't realize it because I couldn't remember if it was or it wasn't. I think it was planted.
I'm not answering that.
Something you didn't do. That's bullshit. You and I both know I can't do that.
Okay.
So tell me.
You tell me. Tell me.
I think you're involved in this double homicide. That's what I'm telling you because of the facts that we have.
I get that you think that. And I'm telling you I wasn't.
Okay. And if that's all it was, your word against my word, I would be like, okay, Rick, we'll see you later. But I got all this evidence that we can present to a jury of your peers that's going to say, "Fuck, Rick did this." He won't talk to us, though, so we don't know what he is. He's just some. I just feel like you're.
Dear, I don't know
And I'm
what.
like, how did they know it was you? And so they said they showed her a picture.
How did they know it was you? They said they showed her a picture.
And I'm like, of course you were out there.
If they seen me out there, they seen me out there, dear. And I
But
told
were
them.
you on the bridge?
Okay, this is the moment that people have been getting wrong for a few months since the trial. She just said, "Were you on the bridge?"
I told them I was on the bridge. I went out to the first trestle.
Oh, okay.
That first
I
thing
don't
that.
remember you telling me that.
So I rewound this before. I'm pretty sure she says, "I don't remember you telling me that." And in the October 13th thing, didn't he just say, "I don't remember how far I went out," but now 13 days later, he's saying to her, "I went out on the first trestle," which is the first platform. I'm going to rewind this a little bit. Since it's so long, I might rewind too far back, but I want you to hear her say, "Were you on the bridge?" And I believe she says, "I don't remember you telling me that." I promise I'll shut up.
He told me her picture. And I'm like, of course you were out there.
If they seen me out there, they seen me out there, dear. And I
But
told
were
them.
you on the bridge?
I told them I was on the bridge. I went out to the first trestle.
Oh, okay.
That first
I
thing
don't
that.
remember you telling me that. He told me, so I told him you weren't on it. But I didn't.
It doesn't, hon, you're not in any trouble. You didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Tell him, right?
Huh?
I didn't know you were on it. I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry about it.
You told
Hon,
me you were.
Wait, did she just say, "I didn't know you were on it"? Sorry, this is my first time hearing this far back. I'm going to rewind it.
huh?
I didn't know you were on it. I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry about it.
You told
Hon,
me you weren't.
huh?
You told me you weren't, so I just was.
No.
She just said, "You told me you weren't." I don't remember this from hearing it in the courtroom.
He said before he was on the bridge. He just said it was a different time and that he never saw the girls, but he definitely said he was on the bridge. I don't know why everyone's missing it.
That's not good. I mean, I just don't understand why, if this man is on this trail and the bridge, the same afternoon, 2 girls get killed. Why are you not telling your wife your exact position on that trail and bridge? If I'm innocent, as Julie's saying, wouldn't you tell like all your friends, your coworkers?
That I would never do this. All I can say, hon, is you know me. I know, and I know you know me, and I know you. And what they're doing to you right now, I'm not okay with this at all. And they know it, but they're going to do what they're going to do. I'm just sorry you're having to hurt. I'm sorry I'm having to go through it. I mean, how? It's like I told them, the damage is already done. You've already talked to people I work with, you've talked to neighbors of mine, and I care about what people think. You know I care about what people think.
You know.
Hell, I have enough trouble not trying to believe that people think. Half the time I just think they think what I'm thinking. You know what I'm talking about. I'm always worried about what Jory thinks, or...
I know.
And they're trying to, talk about my anxiety and depression and shit, and, I tried to explain to them it's been going on for 7, 8 years. Hell, I've had it my whole life. They want me to tell them that I did it, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to admit to something that I didn't do. How stupid is that? I don't care what they do to me. I'm not going to admit to doing something I had nothing to do with. And I'm not going to try to explain something I can't explain, because I don't know. You tell me, because I don't know. I just know that I never even carried the gun unless we were going mushroom hunting, tromping through the woods, or fishing along the river. That's the only time I even carried it for the most part. I never even would have, hell, I haven't carried my gun, and I don't even remember a time when I used to carry it. I mean, other than going fishing, like if we were going night fishing.
But how could the bullet get out there, honey? I can't understand that.
I told you, I can't either, hon. There's 2 explanations. One is, the bullet didn't come from my gun.
It did though, honey. They cut ballistics on it.
I get that. Then it didn't come from a murder scene. I don't know what else to say. I get that. I get what they're saying. What I'm telling you is, if that bullet came from my gun, there's no way it was found with their investigation for the murders. There's no way. I can't explain something I have no answer for. They want you to think that I done it. That's what this is all about. They want you to come in here and make me believe that you think I did it, and I know you don't. You know me too well.
To me, his whole demeanor is just you can't disprove a lie. Like there's nothing he can do. Thank you, Dill.
You know I'd never do something like this, or even be involved with something like this. So they're probably gonna come and take you away from me and go at me again. So. Just tell them you want an attorney, and they'll have to let you leave. Don't worry about me. I'm trying to, I don't know what they're doing.
Yes, you do.
There is no way that evidence is gonna show that I did
Right
this.
fucking here, Rick.
You got one piece of evidence
I got
that I
multiple
can't explain.
pieces. Multiple. I'm not showing you my whole fucking hand here.
I don't care. I'm
You
telling
should
you, I'm
care.
done talking.
And now you're gonna drag your fucking wife and your daughter through this because you're too fucking bullheaded to get out in front of this and admit that you made a mistake. And whatever the fuck happened out there, we'll never fucking know because you're too big of a fucking bullheaded. Go ahead.
So tell you I did something.
Tell me
that
the
I
truth.
didn't do.
The truth, Rick. I don't want to know.
I've told you the truth and you don't want to hear it.
The evidence tells me otherwise. The evidence clearly indicates you're involved in this.
No,
I
it
saw this-
doesn't.
It fucking does.
It doesn't. I'm telling you that there is no way that a bullet from my gun was used in these murders.
And I'm telling you that we had this fucking round on February the
understand.
14th, 2017. It's been secured in a fucking laboratory. And we've tested other guns that people that we.
I understand
I'm
what you're
telling her.
saying.
I want her to hear this,
I
Rick.
understand what you're saying. What I'm telling you is I can't explain something I don't understand.
Oh, the scientists
That's not
explained it
possible.
for you. The lab analysis of analysts have explained that for you. They're saying that this round, without a doubt, came from your gun.
Then
And
you've
told me
taken it from somewhere else then. Because it's not possible.
I did not take it from somewhere else. It was logged in. It was taken as a photograph. You think we fucking went and stole your fucking round and threw it down by a fucking dead girl's foot? This ain't fucking TV. This is realistic.
I understand.
We collected that fucking item on February the 14th. We didn't take it from anywhere else but that fucking scene. And we didn't take your gun from anywhere else. We took it from your fucking house.
I'm telling you I can't explain something.
And I'm telling you the fucking analysts explain it. You can't get past this.
Can you please let my wife out?
Absolutely. Come on, Kathy.
I love you, baby. Can I kiss her?
Yeah, kiss her. Do the right thing, Kathy. Tell him to do the right thing.
She knows I will.
Yeah, do the right thing. You're going to put your family through this for no reason.
So there's
You know, there's a good chance that he just confessed to save his wife and daughter because they're making it out like his wife and daughter's going to get in trouble if he doesn't confess. That could be why he confessed.
There's about 3 more minutes left in this. After that, I will highlight comments for about 20 minutes, then we all need to go to sleep. I'm not sure if this ends. In the courtroom, Rick puts his and his wife were talking.
I'm done talking. Arrest me.
Happy to. Be fucking happy to, because I tried to fucking help you and you wouldn't fucking do it.
Oh, you're helping me.
Guilty, and I know it, and I'm gonna fucking prove it.
Okay.
And I'm not paying for any of this shit. You're paying. This is on you. This ain't on me. It's fucking on you, Rick. You had your fucking opportunity.
So that's it. He said F and police.
In my opinion, that just made me realize he's even more innocent than I thought he was the first time around. Honestly, this is an innocent man. He is not guilty. That just proves it right there. So, this went on 3 hours. I was going to be on an hour. But as you guys can tell, I'm tired. And I'm going to go to bed. So, is that all the audio tapes there is? Like, there is no more? It was just those 2? There's got to be more. Has to be. So, tomorrow, go back to Lori Vallow. Karen Reed's trial jury is set. And I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. And again, tomorrow I'm making candles all day because I'm home. So look for them on the website tomorrow, $15. Best deal you're going to find, especially now with all the tariffs going up. 8-ounce candles. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Have a